Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. And well, if you guys are seeing the title of this video, you'll know that I'm finally getting back to movie related videos. And if you want to know why I had a major gap in between this and the last one, let's just say that's because, well, first off, there's a lot of movies I've been needing to watch. Like there's a lot of movie list ideas that I have in my head, but I either need to rewatch or watch some movies in order to actually prepare those lists. And there's still quite a few that I need to watch and rewatch. And also, I've really been expanding my movie shelf because there's been a lot of movies that I've been needing to see, like a lot of different ones that I've wanted to see and a lot of ones I've wanted to own. So I went ahead and I've gotten a lot more movies, and I haven't quite filled up the new shelf that I've got, because I've got another shelf for movies now, but it's overall fine, and I've gotten a lot more since then, and I feel like I'm going to start watching a lot of them. Like, I've been watching a couple here and there here recently, but now, especially since I really scored on a lot of things, like the last time I went to Entertainment, which was, I believe, no, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, was when I went, and I scored on a lot of stuff. And you'll probably see some of the stuff I got on that trip to Entertainment on my shelf as we go through it. But yeah, let's just say there's a lot I need to watch, and I'll probably start watching it right away. But yeah, today is going to be an interesting little movie video, because today I'm going to be showing off my Monster High movie collection. Now, those of you who have seen my past two movie videos regarding my shelf, that being my Maneater series and my Crocodilian Films videos, you guys will probably have seen these on my shelves, and let's just say I have the vast majority of them. Like, just like the Maneater series, I have most of them. I haven't watched them all. We'll get into that in a minute. Don't know what that was. But I have the vast majority of them. In fact, I'm only really missing like a couple. Like, I'm only missing two movies from Generation 1, that being Scarus, City of Frights, and Great Scary Reef. And I don't have either of the G2 movies, which I'm not that interested in, to be honest. And then I don't have the most recent one, which just came out recently, which I'm honestly not that interested in owning either. But other than that, I basically have all of them. So only 5 movies I don't own. And I at least intend on buying Scarus, City of Frights at some point. I'm not sure about Great Scary Reef, because I've heard some things about that one. But yeah, let's just say I have the vast majority of them. And so I thought, why don't I go ahead and do a collection video on them? And I was originally going to do this like in like a double feature kind of thing with my review of the second live action movie. But let's just say my phone has gotten really shitty when it comes to the storage space. Like, it claims I have very little, even though I've deleted a heck of a lot. So yeah, let's just say I've had to kind of improvise and go on with these videos, and especially since I don't know how long I can time them. I think it's like around 20 minutes, I think. So yeah, it is what it is anyways. But yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my shelf, I'm going to set everything up, and when I come back, I will show you guys my Monster High movie collection. Alrighty guys, here we are at my movie shelf, and you can probably see what I'm talking about right here with this shelf down here that isn't entirely full, but it's standing up right now. And you can probably see a lot of my new stuff down there, to be honest. But yeah, basically I have 4 shelves so far, 2 of which I still need to fill. And I especially need to fill this one because there's a gap here that I'm just using a box to fill it up with, and to kind of use as like a thing to hold them up currently. It's like I need to fill it up like this shelf and this shelf. But as you could probably see, I've placed all these movies on the shelf in alphabetical order. However, because of the fact that the Monster High movies all have similar titles, that means most of them with the exception of the 2, or technically 4, that I have up here on the top shelf in my disc collections, or my disc collection / box sets. That means that most of them are just right here next to each other. Like, this is unlike with my Maneater series, to where they all have different titles, so you can see they're kind of spread out throughout my shelves. But yeah, let's just say this is going to be a relatively easy one to go through, since I only have that and that to go through. And for that reason alone, I've considered making a shelf that is dominated by long-running franchises like the Maneater series and the Monster High movies. I think are pretty comparable in terms of how many there have been, and so I think if I had that, I'd probably fill up a shelf. I might have to experiment with that off camera, but yeah, I have been thinking about doing that, and I would definitely if I decide I want to do that, I would definitely do it for these 2 series, or the 2 series I've mentioned. But yeah, this is going to be a relatively easy one, so just go ahead and get into here and begin with my box set / DVD collections. Here we go. And first off, let me rearrange things. Here we go. First off, I have this double feature featuring Friday Night Frights and Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love, and I have not seen either of these 2 yet. You're gonna hear that quite a bit. Like, I haven't seen some of these movies. Like, I just haven't gotten around to watching a couple of these movies. So yeah, let's just say I haven't seen either of these 2. I know that Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love is a very popular one, but to me, like, the themes of it to me are just not for me, really. So I probably will still watch this one eventually, but I'm probably not going to like it as much as other people do. Okay. Yeah, need to rearrange it to where my palm is facing it. There we go. Then, oh wow. Yeah, that... we're going to get to that in a minute. But yeah, next up we have this Colossum double feature featuring Fright On and Escape from Skull Shores. And as you can see, this has a metallic slipcover, and it is fucking awesome. Like, I'll tell you, pretty much all of the Monster High movies which have had a slipcover are metallic. Like, they have metallic slipcovers, and they all just look so badass. Like, they're just awesome to have, and that's why I love having these. And also, hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. Didn't know what my dogs were doing out there. I heard some noises, but get back to what I was saying. Yeah, another cool thing about this is the fact that it comes with 2. And actually two that I liked, including Fright On, and because Fright On, that's actually one of the first Monster High movies I ever saw, and it's one of my favorites. And then you have Escape from Skull Shores, which is definitely a downgrade in quality, but still a pretty fun little flick. And yeah, sharp contrast to the last one, because I've actually seen both of the movies in this, but still, the metallic slipcover on this is just... it's the selling point of this DVD. And I've mentioned this a couple of times, but if you guys want a list of my favorite movies with metallic slipcovers, definitely let me know in the comments section, because I would love to do that list if you guys want to see it. But now, getting down here to these movies. First up we have 13 Wishes. And yeah, you can kind of see it. This is another one with a metallic slipcover, and it's absolutely beautiful. The camera doesn't, unfortunately, pick it up as well as just my room does. Excuse me. But it just looks too good, frankly. And I have actually seen this one. This is like, I think, like the fans' overall favorite. Like, I think among the Monster High movies, this is their definitive favorite. I wouldn't say it's mine. I think I'm partial to Freaky Fusion being my favorite, but this one was certainly really good. Like, for example, its main villain, hold on, scratch my nose real quick, is a Jinn, which is essentially an evil genie, and that is a concept that I have not seen enough of. I swear, I've only seen that concept done twice. One was in season 5 of Lego Ninjago, and then the other time was Wisp in this movie. So yeah, I honestly wish we could get more Jinns in fiction, because to me that's just a cool concept of an evil genie. Okay, that's kind of pushing that in. Let me get that out, and there we go. And next up we have Boo York, Boo York, a Monsterrific musical. Another one with a metallic slipcover, and another one which just looks great with it. Like, you could just see like the sparkle. It almost looks like glitter. It's neat. It's really neat. But yeah, Boo York, Boo York, a Monsterrific musical. I actually haven't seen this one yet, mainly because I hear it's quite a bit. Like, it's got a lot of random stuff, and it's got a lot of stuff that they kind of just throw in. Like, I've heard one person call it a iconic mess. So yeah, I have a feeling like if I don't enjoy it, it's gonna be similar to Leprechaun 4 in space, where it's just, it has a lot of different ideas, but it's just way too much. And so it just all piles on, and it doesn't pile on in a good way. But I am kind of looking forward to see this, though, because like I really like Caddy Noir, and she is one of the main ghouls in this. So yeah, probably watch that at some point. And fun fact, actually, before the live action movies, that was actually Monster High's first musical. Then we have Freaky Fusion, again another one with a really cool metallic slipcover. And again, a shame that my camera doesn't pick it up as well as just my room does. But I honestly have to think, like, I think like out of the Monster High movies, this one's probably my favorite. Like, it's just a lot of fun, especially when you actually get the Freaky Fusion gimmick in here. It's a lot of fun, like most of these movies are, but it just has a lot of fun with its main concepts, and there's a lot of really neat little bits in this movie. So yeah, really enjoyed that one, and that one's probably my favorite. Again, I'll probably rank those at some point down the road. Then we have Monster High Frights Camera Action, and this one was actually the most recent one I watched. Like, I wanted to watch some more Monster High movies to kind of just flesh out this thing to where it's not just me saying over and over again that I haven't seen this movie yet. But yeah, I actually just watched this one recently, and I'm kind of mixed on it. On one hand, I love the additions of numerous new characters like Claudia, Elizabeth, Vibrine. There's just so many new characters who were introduced in here that I think are really good. And the main plot point was really good as well. But the thing that gets me about this movie is that the stuff going on back at Monster High is just ridiculous. So that's the one thing that kind of brings this movie down. Otherwise, I actually really enjoyed it. It's got some flaws, again, because I didn't like the stuff they did with Monster High itself, but for what it was pretty dang good. I actually really enjoyed it. Then we have Haunted, and wow, okay, this one the camera picks it up. Yeah, another really cool one with a metallic slipcover in. This is another one that I actually have not seen yet, and from what I hear, it's actually one of the last Monster High movies. I think it was this, at least in Generation 1, actually. I think it was this and Great Scary Reef that kind of ended it off, but yeah, this one, I haven't seen it yet, and I don't know when I'm going to watch this, to be honest, because there's other movies in the series I kind of want to watch first. So yeah, Haunted, haven't seen that one yet. And you can probably tell what I'm saying about me just saying I haven't seen this movie before, especially now that we get here to Monster High Ghouls Rule. Another one that I have not seen yet, and I'll tell you, there's some aspects about the Monster High movies that I kind of get mixed up with, just because there's so many of them, and I think this movie has one of the more interesting villains. That's why I'll probably watch it. But again, I could be getting that confused for a whole nother movie. So yeah, let's slide that one in. Now on to the last two. We have Monster High New Ghoul at School, another one of the first Monster High movies I watched, and one of the sort of harder to find Monster High movies. I just got lucky and I found this in a lot. And I'll tell you, it's the shortest out of all the movies as well, but it's one of two movies in the style of the animation style of the web series, and it's the only other movie with the style except for Fright on a Blair. Yeah, this one is kind of like the Monster High origin story. Like basically, you get Frankie Stein as the new ghoul, and then you get all of her friends, and you basically tell how their story started, and it's a really neat little origin story, and it's one of my favorite Monster High movies. So, highly recommend you check that one out. And then finally, yeah. Come on, get out of there. There we go. We have Monster High, the movie, the first live-action movie, actually. And this is weird because I haven't tested this DVD to see, like, if it's legit or not. But, like, I don't know what's up with the case. Like, I don't know if this was, like, I don't know if the people who got this and then sold it just, like, got the DVD itself and not the case, and they made a makeshift one. I don't know, but the case is really weird. Like, you could tell it's just cut in places, but yeah. Monster High the movie, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the only people on planet Earth who actually legitimately enjoyed this movie for reasons which you can watch my thoughts video on it to see. And in fact, I'll probably leave a link to that video in the description down below. But yeah, I'm one of the only people that I know of who actually enjoyed this movie. Everyone else I could see just flat out hated it. And I didn't mention it in my thoughts video because I hadn't actually seen anyone else's opinions on the movie yet. So yeah, it was going to be, I even mentioned that it was going to be interesting to see how our opinions compare. And at the time, I didn't know what people's opinion on the movie is going to be. Okay, come on, get in there. There we go. But yeah, now I know that's a controversial opinion, having read all that later on. But yeah, that is all of my Monster High movies. So once again, I might not have them all, but I have the vast majority of them, and to be honest, I might just purchase one, maybe two more down the road, but we'll just have to wait and see. So anyways, that is going to be all from me for today. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel if you enjoy my content. And as always, I will see you in the next video.